Look, Yeon Oh violently slaps Cheon's hand away in disgust. The man throws him down and presses a knife to his throat. Ironically, that very hand now offers sponsorship to save him. Yeon looks at the paper. His integrity has a liquidation price, and thus begins limited edition. Yeon Oh has already put up his for sale sign to survive. Now it's your turn to seal the deal. Subscribe, leave your like, and comment what you'd do for that amount of money. Go for it. Seo Yeon Oh is an actor with nowhere to go, and his own agent tells him straight to his face he has no presence, no experience, and is so desperate he'd take any garbage. The guy tries to hold on to some pride, but the truth is he's stuck at the bottom of the barrel. Just as he's chewing on his frustration with a broken phone and empty pockets, he receives a call from a major company asking for him. It seems like the miracle he needed, but things get strange when he realizes they're not exactly pursuing him for his talent. It turns out to be a rather shady sponsorship offer, where a CEO wants to help him in exchange for favors. Something Yeon Oh rejects instantly, purely out of dignity. The secretary doesn't flinch and tells him to keep the number, hinting that necessity will eventually make him change his mind. Things get heavy when he arrives home, and we see he lives in total chaos, with his old father lying on the floor among boxes and bottles. It's the ultimate reality check. You realize that having principles is a luxury the protagonist simply can't afford right now. Back home, and while they're eating, Yeon Oh casually drops the sponsorship info just to test the waters. His friend doesn't beat around the bush and explains the favor is basically being a toy for a rich woman for a huge amount of money. The worst part is that instead of protecting him, the old man gets thrilled and tells him it's like winning the lottery, because the body will wear out anyway, a complete lack of principles that makes it crystal clear no one will save Yeon Oh from this. The kid bursts in disgust, throws the dinner straight to hell. He shouts at them that if they like the business so much, they can go sell themselves. It's the breaking point where he realizes he's completely alone in his misery. Alone on the street, spending his last coins on cigarettes, he keeps chewing on the anger of having to choose between his dignity or survival. He really doesn't want to do it, but the circumstances are suffocating him to the limit. Yeon Oh arrives home and finds the worst scenario. Thugs have his old man on his knees, forcing him to sign papers. The lead thug, a man named Chief Cheon, greets him with a confidence that's nauseating. Yeon Oh, still holding on to some pride, slaps his hand away with a single strike when he tries to touch him. His father, desperate, shouts that his son can pay the 8,000 won, forcing Yeon Oh to drag the gangster outside in an attempt to reason. The kid tries to negotiate calmly, asking them to stop showing up unexpectedly since they've been making monthly payments on time. But the boss loses his patience, slamming him to the ground, and delivers the harshest truth. Everything they've paid so far was just interest, with a knife at his throat and gripping him by the hair. He makes it clear the actual debt remains untouched, and he no longer has time for games. Cho grows dark and suggests to him that since he's young and good-looking, he could pay in installments or by using his body. To make sure he understands he's serious, he cuts him slightly and chokes him until Yeon Oh realizes his physical integrity now has a liquidation price. Alone and bleeding, Yeon Oh understands that remaining the martyr for his old man is useless if he ends up buried underground. Pride doesn't pay debts, so he decides it's time to close his eyes and accept the agency's shady proposal in an attempt to survive the disaster, appears at Haegang's offices and is sent straight to the CEO's office without delay. Kwon Jae-hyuk. Yeon Oh enters with nerves on edge, but the shock of reality is total when he sees his supposed sponsor is an immaculate man radiating an overwhelmingly heavy presence. Jae-hyuk doesn't even spare him a glance as he reviews his profile, treating him as if he were another commodity on his desk. Amid the man's indifference and the fact that his owner is a man, Yeon Oh feels he's just walked into a major league game where he no longer has control over anything. Jae-hyuk doesn't waste a single second and delivers the order as direct and humiliating as possible, to start undressing right there. Yeon Oh is stunned, processing that the man truly sees him as an object that must be inspected immediately. Since Yeon Oh doesn't react, the CEO grows impatient and gives him an ultimatum: move or leave, because he won't waste his time. The atmosphere grows unbearably heavy when Jae Hyuk asks his secretary to assist him with his clothes. As soon as the secretary touches him, Yeon Oh instinctively explodes and pushes him away violently. Realizing there's no escape, he decides to unbutton his shirt himself to preserve what little pride he has left. Yeon Oh finishes undressing down to his underwear, and the humiliation is complete as Jae Hyuk inspects him like mere merchandise. The CEO doesn't even speak to him directly. Instead, he asks his secretary whether the model meets the physical standards he has in mind. To make matters worse, Jae Hyuk bluntly asks if Yeon Oh has ever been with a man. Yeon Oh, completely red with shame, confirms that he hasn't, and the man responds with a curt "good for you," making it clear that his inexperience is a plus in his plans. But here's where things get strange. The arrangement isn't just a one-night thing. It requires him to act as Jae Hyuk's official lover. Jae Hyuk orders him to end any relationship he's currently in immediately, because from now on, they must pretend in front of everyone that they can't live without each other. With the secretary's card in hand and the deal sealed, Yeon Oh returns home to process the disaster he's gotten himself into. As he tries to sleep beside his father, he can only resign himself and accept that, to survive, his life now is simply playing a role for a stranger. The next day, Yeon Oh is on a shoot when he receives the call he dreaded most. They need him right now. Of course, Jae Hyuk doesn't care whether he's working or not, he just orders, and you have to jump. To fulfill the contract, he has to leave the set amid the director's furious insults, who humiliates him by reminding him he's just a replaceable extra. He's risking the last bit of his career for this sponsorship, and the situation is truly pitiful. When the luxury car arrives, he's met with an extremely heavy vibe. Jae Hyuk doesn't even look at him and even asks not to change his clothes, preferring to appear as ordinary as possible. Basically, he wants him treated as an accessory that highlights his own high-class status. Yeon Oh tries to stand firm and asks to be informed of his schedule in advance, but Jae Hyuk cuts him off sharply with an ultimatum. Either you agree to be a puppet available 24 hours a day, or you get out of the deal right now. Such is the harsh reality for the CEO. They arrive at a luxury hotel, and Yeon Oh finally understands the plan. You're the common accessory that makes the CEO's class stand out even more. It's a direct blow to his pride, but he's already inside, and there's no turning back. To sell the story, Jae Hyuk grabs him by the waist and whispers in his ear to relax, ignoring that the boy is stiff with nerves, as staff bow to them. The physical pressure is just a reminder of who's in charge here at the table. The farce escalates when the boss starts caressing her hand in front of all the other customers. Yeon Oh dies of embarrassment from the exposure, but Jae Hyuk doesn't flinch and continues playing his role as the perfect partner. The CEO confesses he loves being the center of attention and that this entire performance is meant to fuel gossip about his private life. He makes it clear her only role there is to act as his lover and let everyone feast on the scandal. Jae Hyuk escalates physical contact by biting Yeon Oh's finger right at the table to force a reaction, but Yeon Oh only panics. The CEO thinks he's a terrible actor and warns him that if he wants the deal to work, he needs to be much more believable. Back in the car, tension is at its peak because Yeon Oh was so rigid he couldn't even take a bite. He knows that if he doesn't want to ruin the deal, They has to swallow his pride and promise that next time you'll try harder. They drop him off in his neighborhood, his spirits low, but his relief lasts only a second. Because his phone explodes with missed calls. Jae Hyuk calls him to the company immediately. If you thought you'd have free time, you're wrong. Because now he's an accessory 24 hours a day. Just as Yeon Oh thinks his career is over, his manager hands him a script from a heavyweight director who supposedly requested him personally. It's every extra's dream, but it doesn't add up in any way. He knows miracles don't exist in this industry, and this reeks of a trap. We cut to a high society dinner scene where Jae Hyuk is being cornered by his family. The chairman warns him to watch his reputation as rumors about his new conquest are already making noise in powerful circles, and he won't tolerate a scandal. The old man is seized by a fit of fury because Jae-hyuk laughs it off and refuses to let go of his new toy. They order him to end that mess immediately to save the family's image, but he stands up from the table with enviable calm, making it clear that no one will tell him what to do with his private life. The chairman can no longer bear the mystery and orders his men to follow Jae-hyuk in broad daylight and in secret. He's convinced this romance is just a facade and wants to uncover what plan his son is really up to. Outside, Yeon Oh mentally prepares himself not to ruin his life's opportunity. He knows that if he does this right, he can erase all his debts, so he prepares to deliver the best performance of his career without a single tremble in his hand. Jae-hyuk suddenly appears out of nowhere and intercepts him, his closeness leaving Yeon Oh frozen. The man knows how to claim territory, seizing every second to make any witness believe the story, though inside, Yeon Oh is enduring intense tension from the physical contact. Inside the car, they inform Jae-hyuk that they're being followed. Instead of worrying, he laughs at his father's impatience. He decides to let them watch. After all, he needs the old man to swallow the bait completely. The situation becomes suffocating when they end up face to face again. Yeon Oh tries to stay composed in front of his patron's whispers, realizing that this act of deception is far heavier than he ever imagined. Yeon Oh tries to be grateful for the main role they got him, but Jae-hyuk cuts him off quickly. It's not a gift, it's an investment, and he won't let his reputation be tarnished by a bad performance. Far from being offended, Yeon Oh feels relieved upon confirming he's just a disposable piece, and his freedom might be near. The atmosphere shifts abruptly when Jae-hyuk grabs him and plants a fierce kiss in the middle of the street, right as the flashes from a hidden paparazzo start firing. It's all theater. Jae-hyuk whispers to him that his father's spy is watching them, and he'd better act naturally if he wants the old man to swallow the bait. Once inside, the CEO becomes heavy-handed and scolds him for being so stiff at work. He makes it clear that he pays him far too well to have to explain how to pretend love at every step they take. Yeon Oh demands a script so he won't look like a fool, but Jae-hyuk shuts him up with a challenge. If you're such a great actor, prove it by kissing me right now. The kid takes the dare, but the kiss is pure cardboard, so the CEO grows tired of the lukewarm act and knocks him onto the bed to give him an intensive lesson in realism. Amid struggling and lack of air, Jae-hyuk suffocates him with a kiss that is more a display of power than anything else, testing to see if he won't break when his father is watching closely. Out of nowhere, the guy cuts the tension, stands up as if nothing happened, and asks how it was, leaving Yeon Oh completely stunned and breathless on the bed. Jae-hyuk cuts the tension abruptly and puts on his coat as if he's just finished a boring errand. He tosses a credit card onto the bed with a super sarcastic order: spend as much as possible. So the circus of pretending to be a couple seems real. He bids farewell, saying he'll be back in a week, and leaves him behind, processing the emptiness left behind in the room. Yeon Oh panics, feeling that if he doesn't improve his acting skills, Jae-hyuk will immediately notice he has no experience with men, and his facade will crack before he's ready. Phew, what an intense ending! Since the CEO wants the protagonist to spend the entire card limit, go ahead and spend yours by smashing that like button, subscribe so you don't miss this circus, and comment which other manhwa you want us to invest in next. Stay safe, everyone.